Good morning, students. I welcome you back on my channel once again. I am your English teacher Himadri Singh. As in my previous video, I explained to you active and passive voice part 1 from grammar. Today, I am going to continue the same topic. So listen carefully and try to practice the exercises based on active and passive voice. So in the previous video of mine, we discussed the basic rules of the changing active into passive voice for all the tenses, and I had given you the homework. So in this video, I have given the solution to check your answers. So now I am going to begin once again with the rules of conversion from active to passive voice. First, we have to identify the subject, the verb, and the object. Then, we have to change the object into subject. Means the object of the verb in the active voice becomes the subject of the verb in the passive voice. Then we have to put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb according to the tenses. Then we have to change the verb into past participle form of the verb, that is verb third form. And then we have to add the preposition by. And at last we have to change the subject into object. Means the subject of the verb in the active voice becomes the object of the verb in the passive voice. Passive voice is preferred when the action itself is more important than who performed it or what caused it. We do not know who has performed the action. We use the passive voice when the focus is on the action and not the doer of the action, or we do not know who the doer is. It is not always necessary to include phrases like by phrase in the passive sentences. For example, somebody picked my pocket yesterday. Now here, somebody is the subject, but we do not know who the doer is. So that's why we do not use the by phrase. So answer is like this: my pocket was picked yesterday. Here we have not used the by phrase. We have not written it like this, that my pocket was picked by somebody yesterday. Second, we inform the police. It is given in the active voice. But here the focus is on the action and not the doer of the action. So that's why we write it like this in the passive form. The police was informed. We have not used the by phrase here. So no need to add by plus subject if the subject is we, they, someone, somebody, none, nobody, everybody, people, or etc. They have stolen my pen. Now here also, what is the subject? They. But we don't know, we are not sure that who are they. So that's why we have not used the by plus subject, and we write it like this: my pen has been stolen. Next, they must have left any sign. Now here also we write it like this: any sign must have been left. But we have not used the by subject. So no need to add by plus subject if we do not know who the doer is, or the focus is on the action and not the doer of the action. I hope you understand the last slide. Now we move towards the modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs are can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would, must. These are the modal auxiliary verbs. So if the verb in the active voice has a modal in it, the verb changes into passive voice as the modal plus be plus the past participle form of the verb. For example, you see here, she can speak Chinese. Now what is the subject here? She. And what is the modal auxiliary verb given here? Can. And main verb is speak. And object, Chinese. So first of all, we identify all the things, subject, verb and the object. Then we change it like this. Chinese can be spoken by her. So what we used? Modal plus be plus verb third form. So speak third form is spoken. Second one, you see, we must preserve the tigers. Now here the focus is on the action and not the doer of the action. So that's why we will not use the by phrase. And second thing, modal auxiliary verb is given. So we write it like this. Tigers must be preserved. So we use the same modal verb which is given in the active voice. Then we add be and then we write the past participle form of the verb. Now it will be more clear to you in the next slide. Here we are going to see the different examples of the different modals, verbs. Like first we are going to see can. When can is given in the sentence, we change it like this. He can drive a car. A car can be driven by him. So can drive change into can be driven. We use modal plus be plus verb third form. And driven is the third form of drive. Next sentence you see, he cannot drive a car. Then it is negative. So we change it into negative sentence only. So it will become like this. A car cannot be driven by him. I hope it's clear to you. Look at the third one. It is the question given here. So question remained question only, but we change the form of the sentence, that is active change into passive voice. Can he drive a car? So here it will become can a car be driven by him? And then we put the question mark. So I hope it's clear. Then next you see must. When must is given in the active voice sentence, then it will become must plus be plus verb third form. So he must learn this book. Now when we change this sentence into passive form, it will become like this. This book must be learnt by him. Now learnt is the third form of the verb learn. Next sentence you see, which is given in the negative form. He must not learn this book. This book must not be learnt by him. So negative sentence remains negative, but rest all the rules are same. Then question, must he learn this book? Must this book be learnt by him? And question mark. May become maybe. She may eat an apple. Then it will become an apple may be eaten by her. So here whatever model is given, we use the structure like this, that it will become model plus be plus verb third form. So an object becomes subject and subject become object. Then she may eat an apple. So an apple may be eaten by her. So may eat become may be eaten. Second one you see, she may not eat an apple. Here it is negative given. So it will become may not be eaten. May she eat an apple? This is the question given here. So question remain question only, and it is like this. May an apple be eaten by her? Now next, might. Might become might be. Example, she might kill the snake. Here, might kill is given, which will change into might be killed. Killed is the third form of the verb kill. Next sentence given in the negative, might not kill is given. So it will become might not be killed. She might not kill the snake might not be killed by her. And the third one, question remain question only. Might she kill the snake? Might the snake be killed by her? So as you have seen that we use the modal plus be plus verb third form in this sentence. Like should. I should buy this clock. This clock should be bought by me. So should buy become should be bought. I should not buy this clock. This clock should not be bought by me. This is negative. That's why should not buy become should not be bought. Should I buy this clock? Question is given. Question remains question only. So it will become like this. Should this clock be bought by me? Now this is the question. Then next is ought to. When ought to modal auxiliary verb is given in the sentence, then it will change into ought to be plus verb third form. You ought to help her. Then it will become like this. She ought to be helped by you. You ought not to help her. She ought not to be helped by you. So as you have seen that what we do, we write the modal plus be plus verb third form. I hope you understand this change in the form of the modal auxiliary verbs. Next one, the passive form in the past modals. Must have, should have, could have, might have, would have. These are the past modals, and this we write like this. Must have, should have, could have, might have, would have plus been. What we use with these? Been. With the present and future models, we use be form. Here we are going to use the been form. Been plus verb third form. So for example, he should have stolen my pen. Now here what is the subject? He. Then what modal auxiliary verb is given here? Should have. And main verb is stolen, which is already given in the verb third form because this is past model. And next, what is the object? My pen. So my pen becomes subject. My pen should have been stolen. So what we have to add? We have to add been in the middle. Plus verb third form that is already given in the sentence, stolen by him. And by him we use the subject into object. They must have left any sign. Any sign must have been left. As you can see more examples here. Should have become should have been. Must have become must have been. May have become may have been. Now as you can see the examples, I should have started a job. So should have is given here. So should have been plus verb third form we use. So we write like this. A job should have been started by me. I should not have started a job. We write it like this. A job should not have been started by me. So already it is negative given. So we make it in the negative way only. So it will become should not have been started. Should I have started a job? This is the question given here. Question remains the question only and it will become should a job have been started by me? So what we are doing? We are using the modal auxiliary verb plus been plus verb third form. Now next you see must have is given. He must have passed the exam. Now here what is given? Must have passed. Then we change it into passive voice. It will become must have been passed. So the sentence is like this. The exam must have been passed by him. Second, he must not have passed the exam. It is given in the negative sentence. So we make it in the negative way only. The exam must not have been passed by him. I hope it's clear to you. Next you see may have. May have become may have been. You may have helped the kids. Now this is given in the active voice. When we change it into passive voice, we follow the rules and we change it like this. The kids may have been helped by you. Second, you see, you may not have helped the kids. This is given in the negative sentence. So we change it into the negative sentence only. The kids may not have been helped by you. Next you see might have. If might have is given, it will change into might have been. So he might have killed the snake. The snake might have been killed by her. Next, he might have not killed the snake. The snake might not have been killed by her. Next one is ought to have. Ought to have changed into ought to have been. You ought to have finished the task. Now again, ought to have is already given here. We change it into ought to have been. So what is the sentence? You ought to have finished the task. The task ought to have been finished by you. Next, you ought not to have finished the task, as it is given in the negative form. So we change it into negative only. It will become the task ought not to have been finished by you. So I hope you all understand the changing of active into passive voice for modal auxiliary verbs, that we change the modal auxiliary verb plus be plus verb third form, and when it is given in the past modals, then it will become modal plus been plus verb third form. Now next we see passive voice for imperative sentences. Now here we know that a sentence that expresses a command or an advice or a request is called an imperative sentence. Here are some examples. Learn your lessons. This is an advice. Open the door. This is a command. Help the poor. This is an advice. Please make a cup of tea. This is a request. So there are 3 rules for converting an imperative sentence from active voice into passive voice. First one, the imperative sentence in passive voice begins with the word let. Then the word be is used as an auxiliary verb in the passive voice of imperative sentences. Then base form is converted into past participle form of the verb for making passive voice of imperative sentences. As I already told you that we always use the verb third form of the verb in the passive voice. Now look at this slide. Some examples are given here. Let him take the next turn. Now this is given in the active voice. This sentence starts with let, and what is the verb given here? Take. So the structure of the sentence in the passive voice is like this: let plus be plus past participle form of the verb, and then the same rules. So here, let him take the next turn. Here, him is the subject. Next turn is the object. So object becomes subject and subject become object. And the sentence is like this. We start the sentence with let only. Let, then what will come? Object will come, which is the next turn. Then be will come plus past participle form of the verb, then by phrase. So it will like this: let the next turn be taken by him. Next sentence you see, let us forget the past. This sentence also starts with the let. And then what is the main verb given here? Forget. So we use the past participle form of the verb forget, and we start the sentence with let only. So it will like this: let the past be forgotten. I hope it's clear. It will more clear in the next slide. That is, see the commands when imperative type of sentences given here. Like open the door. Now here the sentence does not start with the let, but when the sentence begins with the root form of the verb, there are two ways of changing passive, making the passive voice. First, we start the sentence with let. So the sentence structure is like this: let plus object plus be plus past participle form of the verb. And second, if we start the sentence with the object, we do not use let, then the structure is like this: object plus should be plus past participle form of the verb. So see the sentence: open the door. Now here this sentence starts with the verb. So imperative sentences starts with the verb only. When it is like this, open the door. So there are two ways. First, we use the let in the beginning, or so sentence is like this: let the door be opened. And if we use the object in the beginning, then the door should be opened. So I hope it's clear to you. Next you see, sell this bicycle off. Now here again this sentence starts with the verb, and it is imperative sentence. So we make first with let. It will become like this: let this bicycle be sold off. And second one is, this bicycle should be sold off. So I hope it will be clear to you that in the active voice, when the sentence begins with the root form of the verb, it will change into two ways. First, we start the sentence with let. So it will become like this: let plus object plus be plus past participle form of the verb. If we use the object first, then the sentence structure is object plus should be plus past participle form of the verb. Next, you see, open the door. Here also, let the door be open. So here, as you can see, let plus object plus be plus verb third form is used. And let him open the door. Here, let the door be opened by him. So here what we use? Let plus object plus be plus verb third form plus by plus subject. I hope it is clear to you. Now see, there are more examples which is given and it will be more clear to you. First, respect the elders. So we change it with the let only. Let the elders be respected. Finish the task. Let the task be finished. So here, which structure we use? Let plus object plus be plus past participle form of the verb. Do not waste the time. Let the time not be wasted. Close the door. Let the door be closed. Wash the shirts. Let the shirts be washed. Repair your camera. Let your camera be repaired. Open the window. Let the window be opened. Help the children. Let the children be helped. Throw the ball. Let the ball be thrown. Collect nice books. Let nice books be collected. Now we see how we change the voice in the infinitive verbs. When the infinitive verbs are given in the active voice sentence, we change it in this way, that it will two verbs are infinitive verb. It will change into to plus be plus verb third form. Like, I have to do this work. This work has to be done. So what is given here? To do. To do is the infinitive verb and we change it into to be done. I want to buy this book. I want this book to be bought. What we use? To plus be plus verb third form. Women like men to flatter them. Women like to be flattered by men. There is no shop to let. To let is given, so it will become to be let. There is no shop to be let. So when the infinitive verbs are given in the active voice, it will given in the to plus verb first form. We change it into to plus be plus verb third form. So keep remember always, we use the verb third form of the verb, that is past participle form of the verb. I hope everything is clear to you. Now this chapter is completed, and do all the exercises given in your grammar book. Have a nice day, children. Thank you.